The fourth edition of M1 Live, Love and Laugh concert, which is an initiative of Ray of Hope, an NGO founded by Mrs. Moradeun Dada, was held on Sunday, the 31st of July 2022 at the Celebration Gardens, Isaac John, Ikeja, Lagos. This year's edition of the concert was organized basically to empower cancer patients. The event had in attendance high-profile personalities like His Royal Majesty Oba Olusegun Ajani Ogunmuyiwa, the Elegio Efegio, Prince Dr. Bisi Olatilo, the Chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, and wife, Princess Mrs. Folashade Olatilo, Prince Dr. Adelaja Omofade, father of Moradeun Dada, Olori Adetoro Omofade, mother of the host, Prince Demola Dada and Mrs. Florence Dada, parents-in-law of the host, among others. The event was anchored by Mr. Akan Hussaini, also known as Akan Laugh of Lagos Traffic Radio. After the opening prayer, there was a praise and worship session led by Pastor Femi Okunuga.
I never see you. I never see this God before. Jesus now, it's God, yeah. This God now, Jesus, yeah. Oh, I never see this God before. You've done so much for me. I cannot tell it all. Everybody sing.
There was a special music performance by Kunlesh, followed by some rib-cracking jokes by the MC. Mrs. Adekola Oni gave information about cancer with emphasis on breast cancer, cervical cancer, cancer of the colon, prostate cancer, among others.
Cancer, the most commonest one that we don't easily see or we don't take note is cancer of the breast. A lot of women don't know that every month they need to examine themselves, examine their breast. Even if you are in your menopausal period, ensure every month you palpate your breast, you do your breast examination. And if you detect any form of lump, or you realize that your breast is getting bigger than it was, because by then it's supposed to be growing smaller, please seek for help. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And if as a woman you check your discharge, every time you check your pants, if you observe that there are something that is becoming not so much, the color is changing, is not creamy, then seek for help. But medically, there are ways that you can check for this. One, concerning breast, if you have your money, you can do your mammogram. Walk in and do your mammogram every once in 6 months.
Pastor Kunle Ajayi of the Redeemed Christian Church of God rendered a soul-lifting ministration with his saxophone. After that, Dr. Oyekon, a cancer specialist from the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, shared some statistical facts on cancer, its types, incidence rate, death rate, myth, cultural beliefs, risk factors, preventive measures, and cure.
Cancer is The incidence of cancer is increasing globally, all over the world. As at 2020, the count was about 18 to 20 million globally, and is increasing. What we have found out that is that the incidence is increasing, is getting more even in the white population, but amongst the black people in Africa over here, even though the incidence is not as much as what we have amongst the whites.
Dr. Mrs. Lydia Aburi added to the information by sharing her personal experience, during which she stressed the need to support cancer patients emotionally and otherwise.
I want to say in this gathering that it is not a death sentence. If you know on time, you will live your normal life and there won't be any problem. So the professionals, all the things they've told us, let us note it, because cancer is real. There are plenty in our society. So for you to detect early detection is key.
This was followed by a motivational poetic piece delivered by Pepsi Adams. There was a brief promo speech by one of the corporate sponsors of the event, Sparklight Estates, delivered by Ms. Folake Smith, a representative of the organization. The host, Mrs. Moradeundada, spoke about what informed her decision to host an edition of the event for cancer patients. She solicited the support of everyone and appreciated some of the corporate sponsors of the event.
You know, when you have good health, you don't know what you have. You don't know what you have. I wake up every morning and I say, thank God that I can eat. Food goes well. I'm not in the hospital. No medication. To God be the glory. You just have to thank God. But there are people out there that you have to remember, because we know the stigma, surrounding these things and all that. Please, we're here to show them love. And that's why it's called the Live, Love, and Laugh. You have to live, you have to love people, you have to laugh with them. Show them it's not a disease. Cancer is not a disease. You have to show love, It's not because the mistake or because of what they did. But, well, we just have to thank God.
She afterwards sang a song titled Oronla, which she dedicated to all cancer patients. A short documentary about Engraced Life Foundation, an initiative by breast cancer survivor Mrs. Ethel Elomo, was shown to guests. After that, the founder of the foundation, Mrs. Ethel Elomo, shared her touching story as a breast cancer survivor. Other cancer survivors present also shared their different cancer stories that made some guests shed tears. They include Miss Mary from Abuja, Mr. Demola Hakim William, and Mrs. Olushola Akapo. They all appreciated M1 and Engraced Life Foundation for helping them in their time of need. This was followed by a beautiful performance of Mariah Carey's Hero by Sister Essence Uwale and comic performances by comedians D1 Prince Will and Egbobo.
Face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. Oh, you can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you bear will disappear. And then the hero comes along with the strength to carry
In the remarks of Prince Dr. Bisi Olatilo, the chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, he appreciated the initiative and the brain behind it, Mrs. Morade Dada, and enjoined Nigerians to emulate the gesture.
If she's praising herself, you say she's bragging. But if you hear it from somebody who has been moved by this young woman, not thinking about herself alone, trying to help others. I mean, we're all here. These people you've been hearing from, they didn't spend a penny. She linked them up. And I think that's the way we should try to do things in our society. Like you heard what she said, she's not the richest. I mean, she should have actually sold all of this in her own business. But she then decided to give it out to people. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this young woman and continue to pray for her. She has kept very, very religiously to this. This is the 4th edition, she said. And we should pray by God's grace for the 5th edition. I'm really committed to this. Who will not broadcast this to the world? May God broadcast you to the world. You are fantastic. I should think that people like this deserve awards from our government. And we will work towards this. They need to see it. You need to just be sitting down and they will call and give you this award because you deserve it. You even more than deserve it. I'm really proud of you. Well done. Well done.
Popular comedian Benga Adeyinka also took time to put smiles on the faces of guests with his performance. He also prayed for the host. There was also a performance by Omo Baba. Finally, the host of the event, Mrs. Morade Dada, gave the vote of thanks, during which she appreciated everyone for supporting the vision. After that, the Scobams band supplied more entertainment as everyone danced, took photographs and exchanged pleasantries till the end. In an interview session with Biscon TV, some of the guests praised the host of the event, Mrs. Morade Dada, for her courage and resilience in hosting the 4th edition of the Live, Love and Laugh concert for different people in need of help.
That she knows people like you, Miss Olatilo, and is very focused with her job. You won't believe it, she came all the way from London to organize this event. He has a passion and is doing very well. All what I need to say is just to ask God Almighty to continue to support her in all our endeavors in life.
I mean, you were here, you heard all these testimonies. I'm just hoping that we'll have people like that in our society. And I know that, I mean, we'll do our best to try and preach to the whole world what this young lady has done. I'm sure it will prick the conscience of the government itself. She deserves a national award. And quite a lot of people also will be impressed with this, and it will actually provoke some kind of good things to happen in that direction. She never collected a penny from anybody. All she did was connect all of them with their destiny helpers. And today we'll have a good story. This is the 4th edition, and we have been involved all the way, and we'll promise that all the way will be with her. By God's grace, we'll all be here for the 5th edition.
You know, and this is the 4th edition of Ray of Hope initiative. This time around, it's empowerment for people living with cancer. We all know what they go through: stigmatization, finances, you know, all the kind of things that they go through, just to make sure that we're able to show them the love and the support that we can render as human beings and people that love God.
So I'm very proud of her. And it's always good when God has blessed you to a certain level and you're able to give back to society. And I believe that's what M1 is trying to achieve with these yearly events which has embarked upon. And I thank her immensely for that. And as you can see from the turnout today, it's been an outstanding success so far.
Like I said, it started 4 years ago, and then growing up as a child, I saw my father, he supported a lot of people, charities and all that, but then I didn't really know it was going to be something serious until God gave me the vision to use M1 event platform to give back to the society, so that my M1 platform is not just about doing events, but to give back to the needy, to remember people who are there, who are helpless, and that's how we started with the first edition, to support the children at Modupe Co with disability. The second one was for the sickle cell, and the third one was for widows, and to God be the glory, this is for the cancer patients. So I always go before God to say, God, what is the next one? I don't know what God has for me for next year, but by the special grace of God, I know that it's going to be something powerful and something that will empower lives and touch the lives of people.
From Biscon Communications, it's congratulations to Mrs. Moradun Dada on the successful hosting of the 4th edition of the Live, Love and Laugh concert.